Welcome back, everyone. What a day it is, what a moment it is. I'm in the middle, and on my right is Vincent Keymer, on my left is Vachier-Lagrave, who just finished their game, which means that they are tying first place. That's already guaranteed. And then the big question is, who will catch up to them? Will someone catch up to them? Please, guys, okay, Vincent, you played the move Queen d5, so you get the honor to first tell your story, that what happened at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the game went badly before it even started. I think the starting position is one of the clearly more dangerous ones for black. And after f4, like, my only feeling is that knight b6 has to be bad, because, I mean, this knight will always be misplaced, some c4, b3 will be coming, and, you know, this a7 pawn will remain weak. So, usually I would have spent quite a bit of time to figure out what to play, since this is a difficult position, but here I just felt I have no option, and I was very worried about c4, actually. And f5, d3. That was kind of annoying me, because now I don't get this quick counterplay with knight g6, and whenever I go c5, there will still be b4. So here, I mean, again, maybe it's not so bad, but it does feel unpleasant. b4, knight b3 is possible.
So just a second, let me ask Maxim, what were your feelings, what went through your mind after f4, b6? Can you get back to that position, f4, b6?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I was considering f4, f5, but I realized it's not working for black. I mean, f4, f5, queen a7, knight b6.
Okay.
Ah, wow! Okay, sensational stuff.
I saw it, but it's the stuff that usually
it never works.
lose.
Yeah, knight b3, queen b1, queen a7, and d3, knight d2 is coming.
Oof. Yes, let's just put that on the board. d3, I mean, not just with arrows, yeah, d3, knight fd2. Yeah, trapping the queen. Thank you. Wow, so that was the first thing that you calculated?
Yes.
Let me give you now the mouse.
No, I mean, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I agreed that
okay.
knight b6 I didn't like at all, and b6, I simply just thought before knight b3, and my knight is better than the knight on a8, so I thought I'm safe. But then Vincent launched his counterplay. I didn't think about c4 at all. I mean, of course, it's a much better move.
Better move, yes. So then what happened? Yeah, you were in time with knight g6 counterplay.
Yeah, basically here I get that tempo, right? Because if you had played c4, d3, f4 would have been protected already. And here, like, I didn't even consider bishop b2 until it was played. I was questioning queen f2, d3, and e3. Although queen f2, you actually have to care about queen c4.
Yeah, queen c4. That was my issue.
That was the issue. Yeah.
That's why I started bishop b2.
Understand that this might... But I think Magnus played queen f2, right?
Yes, Magnus played queen f2. But
after like 20 minutes of
But it will be very interesting to see why he allowed this. Like, what's the... Maybe some d3, bishop d2, and e4 quick...
Well, no, but actually there was a very big secret. That Magnus was very unhappy that he was looking up at your boards, guys, that he did not want to play against you. He was fed up with this. So he was thinking like for half an hour about probably different options. And when the moment you played bishop b2, he played queen f2. Yeah. If you play queen f2, he plays bishop b2. That's kind of clear. And now he gets to play a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, queen c4 is becoming very direct. So here you really...
Yeah, apparently it's not great for black, but I really don't know why.
But d3
maybe
is
knight d4? Could it be?
Engine approves.
Yes.
And queen a2 just
rook b2, I guess. Yeah.
Or rook 3 maybe, no? Why can we
maybe
not?
rook b3.
I would like to...
Yeah.
That's...
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Knight
That's
d4.
nice.
Yeah, I didn't believe. But okay, also queen c4
I mean, there's also okay, e3 is a little... I mean...
e3 was awkward because of a5 at least.
a5 even, wow.
You know, a5, c5, all these moves were always in my mind. Because, of course, I need to get that...
a3, c5, and a4 next. I mean, I know computer seems to like white, but...
But why can I not play c5?
Well, computer liked white from the beginning.
c5 I thought I allowed, like I just don't care. But a5 I might... Okay, maybe, I mean, it's...
Yeah, true. No, okay, it's just very complex, but generally...
And after e3, e5 was not an issue for white?
Of course, yeah, it could be.
Just also e5?
I mean, my general
but I thought, I thought e5 is, on general principles, I mean, I can be safe. But, yeah, I was scared of a5, but maybe only, like...
And d3 was also an option.
Yeah, d3 was... Yeah, I think
I
there were
wanted
many more options.
Queen f7, I think. That was...
No, in the end I settled for bishop b2. You know what I thought most of my time is a move we haven't mentioned yet, it's e4. But it's clearly...
That would have been a full shock.
Yeah, it doesn't
No, I
work.
actually considered it, but I
And e5 is not a move
wanted to
against
play
it?
bishop b7, I think.
Oh, bishop b, yeah.
Bishop b7, isn't there some knight g3 or something?
Yep.
No.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna make lots of mistakes from this position, but
After your modern game, I was saying that okay, it's move 4 and he didn't play e4 yet.
yeah. No, but I didn't like I didn't like fe. I think f5 knight h4.
F1 knight h4. It's also a little bit too much adventure for such a decisive game, no?
No, I didn't mind adventure, but I wanted something.
If it works, yes.
Yeah, that I
But
believe
this
works.
also looks so scary for black. I mean, generally my logic was that I don't want to open the position because whenever the position is opened, I will realize that I'm playing a full piece down.
Yeah.
But wait a second, no, we even had e4 and e4 queen f7 I played against Mikhail. Why can't I play queen f7 after e4?
No, you
where are all these
probably
moves?
can, but
Well, you can just go back, back. Yeah? Yes, and here queen f7 after e4.
E4, queen f7.
I think I was quite happy with this. And I claimed contra-play, yeah, short castle
And knight g.
yeah, knight g3. Maybe I mean.
yeah, and okay.
Or
but
maybe you can even play e6. Yeah, it's-
No, you should be fine. I mean, like you're not really a full piece down. Yeah, the knight on a8 will come.
No, just in all the direct lines. Yes.
I can even castle him. Why can't I
Yeah.
castle?
No, you can. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with black's position.
I mean, it's very sharp,
Yeah.
crazy.
So I just
Yeah.
play bishop b2.
I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move. Yeah. Like okay, knight f4, queen f2 should be very bad, I guess.
Yeah, I thought about knight d5, but then e4, for instance.
I mean, okay, in my situation to play this is suicide.
Yeah,
The
no.
chances of it being good is very slim, and yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. But bishop b7.
Yeah, or queen f7. This was my choice. I also. What was your idea after queen f7?
No, but then I guess I just go e3. I want h4.
E3.
next.
Wanted to go this.
Yeah, h4.
Actually, I think c5 is the wrong move because I was always trying to get out that knight, but
Yeah.
it's just not fast enough.
Yeah,
it
no,
seems.
h4 was always coming. So that's why I was maybe thinking.
Yeah, I
I
was
mean,
doing the
after you
going
played
the
bishop
direct
b7,
way.
I was like, maybe I should have gone queen f2 too, because no, e3 of course fades to knight h4. Oh, it doesn't.
I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, probably you can just go here.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I mean I'm making some wrong moves, but
Okay, it
It's
doesn't.
the-
it
Well,
doesn't-
you know, for 1.5 hours we were making wrong moves only because
yeah.
it was impossible.
yeah.
g4 or is it?
No, I mean, yeah,
Oh,
it
okay, I
could
don't
be that. Yeah, knight h4 might be too optimistic. Okay, maybe I should have gone e3, but in the end I settled for queen f2.
But it's very curious now what the move is here for white. I'm very confused.
Maybe g4 actually. Maybe you're right. But knight f3. No, knight
Oh,
f3.
just take
knight take.
gf.
Yeah.
Okay, seems
Yeah.
like g4.
Yeah,
But okay, that's truly. Yeah, if you don't know that it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, queen f2 and
Yeah, e5 of course was a game.
Yeah, e5, that's-
Jobby against Arika.
yes, and
so
I also had
guess-
queen c4 in mind. Also interesting move. Now my problem was that I didn't know what to do after e3 because I thought I will take this. Because I actually realized that this g7 pawn is kind of useless. I will just go rook g8 and anyway rook is
Yeah.
placed nicely, but h4.
Yes.
I think that's also what you mentioned, that you saw, and I don't know, this felt too risky because I mean, of course, long term now I'm doing fine since I can play c5, but I was very afraid that I might just get crushed here. So
Yeah.
that's why I didn't play queen c4, and okay, other than that, I can of course make some move like that, but
But okay, again h4 will come. Yeah.
you wanted to go h4.
Yeah, I mean force h5 and then.
Yeah, then the knight on g6 is
I mean,
horrible.
yeah, then we seem to get something similar to what Magnus got.
Yes.
Yeah, but also I always had ideas with b5 if I have time and like.
Fixing the
Yeah.
structure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, this knight. No, the starting position is just so weird that like,
Yeah.
with already in the first move, I actually had to kind of kill that piece.
Yeah,
So,
big concession already on the first move. Yeah. And no, e5 felt critical. Queen d5 came as a shock and was very good move, but e5 felt very critical.
Yes. Queen. Okay, yeah. Let's. I didn't calculate that much, so go ahead. What you said? Fe, right? Was
Yeah,
your
fe
main-
was my main option. Oh, okay, it seems to be a problem. My
And
idea
then
is
queen
bishop h4
e6. I
c3.
Yes, yeah, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
This I claimed it's just winning.
No, but
Okay, I'm always exaggerating, but yes, I like it. Yeah, basically it means I like it.
yeah. But after FE, I was really not sure about F4. H4,
Why can you not just?
maybe I could.
Nope.
No. No,
Wow.
no. H4 maybe.
Bishop G2. No. Okay. H4. Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Oh, yeah. H4, Queen D5, I was getting crazy things, but like H5, Queen G2, Rook H2 felt like it works.
H5. Sorry.
Yeah, Queen G2, Rook H2.
Yeah.
I was considering Knight H4 here, but it's too much.
You can also just
Queen
take-
F4 probably.
Queen F4, Rook F8.
Oof.
But you can just take
Yeah.
this guy, no?
Yeah, I obviously
I think
can
it's
just
a
take-
very bad position.
Yeah,
That's
no,
just.
it's
Well, I
very
mean, whenever
bad.
there's some
Yeah,
complication
no,
that it
it's
opens
very bad,
up,
of course.
I'm
But like,
this-
and of course there were other moves like Jobava played E3 instead of FE, but I really wanted to make FE5 work. This I felt is dangerous.
Yeah, actually, but it was kind of funny that after Queen E6, just Bishop E2 and then followed by Knight G3, it can be a little bit unpleasant for Black. Black is
Yeah.
stuck.
Yeah,
Bishop
yeah, of
E2
course.
here, and then Chobava
Yeah.
played Bishop H5 instead of Bishop E2, and Bishop H5 is not a good move.
Okay, yeah, this I.
And now she's just a little better.
But Queen
Why?
D5 came as a shock, I must admit.
yeah, Queen D5.
And like Knight E3, Queen E4 simply felt too dangerous.
I mean, yeah, I also was considering that I have this as a backup in case I need to bait out. It's not so stupid because
Yeah.
that knight is kind of weird, but still I didn't like it because now, yeah, you will get this C4 move as
yeah,
well, and somehow.
C4, yeah, this.
I mean, I wanted to go Queen E4.
Yes, and then wait a second, don't make the moves because then you see the line. So after castles,
I wanted to go E6.
immediately E6.
But maybe I should go Rook F1. here.
Yes, I thought about it, and then I wanted to go castle. That was my plan.
Yes.
And after Knight D4, you go.
That time E5, maybe? Oh, I cannot.
No, if I always have this. Okay, with castles I have D3. With Rook
It's
F1
different,
not.
yes.
Yeah, it's a very big
Yes.
difference.
Well, that's what I thought. Against Rook F1 I have castle, and against castle I have E6. That was my
Yeah.
idea.
Yes, very good.
Yeah. So, and I just saw
yeah, you-
E3, and I thought it's not a bad idea, but. Then I realized, of course, Vincent was not forced to take on F1.
Yeah, I mean, probably it's not even so bad, but I mean, like,
It
it
looks-
does feel bad, no?
Yeah, it
Even
looks
yeah,
quite
like
bad.
if you just go B5 or something long
Yeah,
term,
yeah.
all my light squares this night. I think, yeah, Bishop D5 and
Was very important, Bishop D5, yes.
Yeah, it's a very good move. And like, I simply offered a draw because I thought Rook G8, like, at any point Vincent can go B5, Knight B6
Yes.
already, and
I mean, I think the critical instead after Bishop D4 I have D6.
Yes.
That's
but maybe not even forced, maybe just E6.
no, then Bishop E2.
Yes,
And you get
Bishop
C4.
H4 or Bishop E7 maybe.
Okay, but B5. No, I mean now.
No, I mean not. Yeah, not
I
Bishop
mean,
H4.
this is kind of risk-free push because I would have to play C5, I guess, and then take, and you have the D4 square. Well, I don't have the
But
D5 square.
no, but you don't have to play Bishop H4. So you play Bishop E7, B5, C5, and I think you're completely fine here.
I mean, it's not so bad, but I didn't exactly like the position. Just
Yeah.
Generally, like, you just go C4, Knight D4, and you just have to slightly better structure. But, I mean, compared to what we had at the start, it could be worse, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
no, I actually was kind of planning on going D6.
Yeah,
because
which also
I
felt.
have, like, C5 and E5.
Yeah.
Um,
No, it also felt fine D6. So, and so I was considering.
I guess if you go somewhere else, I can always go C5, right? Like,
yeah,
no matter
C5,
where you go.
C5 is possible. Yeah.
Now finally I
Yeah.
get this
Yes.
stupid knight out, and I mean, it seems like I kind of solved my
Yeah, and
problems
also
with
like
all this.
there's many minor pieces, but you don't really have any play like E6, King F7, Bishop F6 at any point. Like,
Yeah, here already it's kind of stable position. I mean, before was all the craziness with E4, E5
Yeah.
being there in every move and all the sacrifices. It was very kind of difficult to navigate simply because there were so many options and none of them were very unusual.
yes.
Like if you just play normal chess with black, you're just clearly worse. So that was, of course, one of the starting positions that are not very pleasant, but seemed like we did play a short but good game.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a very intensive game. Let me ask you guys, so first of all, you, Maxim, that before the game you had the white pieces. What was your kind of strategy? What went through your mind?
No, I wanted to fight, of course, especially as I have clearly watched tiebreaks. But yeah, I didn't want to go crazy, and things really went a bit crazy. And yes, somehow, I mean, it became very anticlimactic at the end, because suddenly it was just, I mean, there was just not much action left after there had been so much. So I thought, okay, it's time to just cut, I mean, not cut my losses, because I didn't have any losses, but
Yes.
to just call it a day. And, you know, I mean, Vincent's played very convincingly in general here.
Yeah, my feeling was also like this queen d5 has an effect. Yeah, that, wow, I mean, whom am I playing with that he comes up with queen d5? And Vincent Keymer has a reputation of being a very good freestyle classical player, yeah, when he has time and he comes up with ideas. Vincent, I want to ask you that how easy was it in the break between the two games to get over with what happened in the first game against Arana?
Yeah, I tried it didn't really work. I mean, it's just, if you look at it, you realize how easy it is. It's kind of crazy to miss, because like, it's not a question of whether you find it or not. Once you start thinking about it, you find it immediately, like within seconds. And then also it doesn't matter whether I have 2 minutes or 20 or 2 hours, it's just over on the spot. So again, it hurts because I felt like I played a good game. And, you know, just also before, of course, I made some errors, not, you know, converting it cleanly, but still, this is like such a golden opportunity. And if I just take 10 seconds and not play EF7 immediately, I will win that game. And of course, the situation would have been much more comfortable. And it was, I mean, quite clear that I would play Maxime as black, which obviously is a kind of difficult situation. And yeah, I mean, for me, I kind of had to check tie breaks a little, because we are also playing for the Freestyle World Championship slot. And to me, of course, Sarana was the biggest, you know, competitor in that sense.
Yeah,
I don't know how that happens, because like I've been playing at the top of the tournament since round 1, and still I had worse tie breaks. I feel like last round some of my tie breaks got quite bad, even though I played like someone with more points than the others. But okay, that can happen. So you know, seeing him make a draw was of course kind of relieving, because actually if I had drawn and he would have won his game, it was quite good chance that he will be ahead of me.
Yeah, it was getting messy. The next question is to you, Maxim, that you had an incredible game, a crazy game, one of the wildest in the first game today against Pranav. Third move E5, and then all this craziness. What went through your mind? How did you evaluate it? You just went with your flow, relied on your incredible tactical skills, or what was it?
Okay, I was not happy with the starting position. I think it was even worse than this one. And I realized immediately, because like you had two weaknesses, G7 and B7, and it was really difficult to not concede space or to do like I did. And yeah, I saw this idea with E5. And I mean, since then I've looked at the computer lines, and I like the refutation is just insane, absolutely insane. So I'm very happy with what I found, and you know, to somehow manage to get things. But also Pranav, like he took a lot of time. But this bishop takes F5 was like completely out of, I mean, I wouldn't say blue sky, because I knew the sky was not blue at all in this position, but it was a shock. But somehow I managed to react and to play. I think after that move was the best move, simply.
Yes, we had a small break, and that was the only game that I checked on my phone, because I understood nothing from it.
And you know, the funny part is I thought this game was the craziest one, but you had Magnus' game, you had I mean, even Vincent's game, but okay, Vincent was too much in control. But there was another game that was insane, maybe Nepo's game. Like every game was completely insane.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Magnus was also, because I told him that we did not understand. Did you? And he said, no, me neither. Yeah, it was like E5, and then I opened the computer, and apart from some crazy knight takes B7 or something.
I mean,
It's not
it
even
involves
good,
a rook sacrifice. I mean, the line is absolutely impossible to find. Like
You can
I
analyze
was-
for a week, right? B7, without a computer.
Without a computer, yeah. No, like I saw knight b7. I saw the line. I just stopped because I win a rook. But then there's some crazy intermezzo. I mean, they're just really, really insane.
Yes. Well, I don't know. You guys want to add something? For example, Vincent, yeah, how does it feel that now you concluded the tournament and it looks like you are in control, you are sharing first place for sure? Who knows whatever happens in the tie breaks? How proud are you?
Yeah, it's been a nice tournament, but I have to admit it still hurt that I didn't win the first game today, since it was really just one more move to find, and then it's basically over. But okay, that's life. I mean, I got lucky in many games here, that's not the point. I mean, Hans blundered the game in one move, which was heading towards a draw against Georg. I even could have lost that game, and then I very likely wouldn't even have been near the stage at that point. So, you know, things go well and bad at times, but overall, of course, I'm happy, and I also think I played quite a few good games.
Yeah, in this format you need some luck. I mean, I had luck starting from round 1, so.
Yeah, I also feel like, Maxim, you are like at home here. You have been playing for Baden-Baden for ages. You have played all the grenke classics. What does it feel, how does it feel to come back to grenke, to Karlsruhe each and every year?
No, it's definitely fun. And you know, I'm just happy to play this tournament. It's really challenging, but at the same time you don't have opening theory. So all in all, it's kind of a win. And but yes, the games were crazy. Of course, there's lots of action, lots of excitement with you know, like 4,000 players or close to it. So.
And before I let you guys go, can we just very quickly evaluate Magnus Carlsen's and maybe the top few boards? Guys, please share your thoughts.
Arika also, because this is I didn't check the standings, that she needs a draw.
Yeah, she has 5.5 points, and Maria Muzichuk have 5.5 points, and then 11 players on 5. That's kind of the situation.
Oh, wow. She probably needs a draw, yeah.
Yeah, if she loses, will be very critical and quite heartbreaking, because clearly she has, I think, played the best. No, and she played against Max Todlu a draw, against Levon Aronian a draw, and now playing Jobava.
Yeah,
But to beat someone very strong in the earlier rounds.
Yes,
I remember
also.
something like. Yeah, but the position doesn't look great. And okay, Nepo seems to be just crushing. That's kind of looks like.
Yeah, completely.
It shouldn't hold together. I mean,
I'm just feeling very sorry for Pranav.
Yeah, Pranav, but he just played knight b6 in, I mean, not 10 seconds, but like it was.
Yes, but I think knight b6 is like at least practically a very bad decision, and also the position.
But I think probably objectively, simply.
Okay, now that's why I played b6 so quickly. I mean, not because I liked it, but just because I felt there's no real option.
And what about Magnus? How do you evaluate it?
I mean, he's clearly pushing. He has good structure now, and okay, he probably just want knight d to knight f3 already.
Yeah. No, I mean this knight from a8, even if it gets to c7, where is it going? That's kind of the issue.
Yeah, because the knight on g6 is always gonna be an issue.
So where's the king going?
Also, I don't know why he went bishop e7. I would have gone bishop f6 at any point. Like, can we put the game?
Yes.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, go to the event. It's already there. Just click it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bishop e7.
When was it? Can you just go to bishop e7, move 8? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, already, of course.
Yeah, well, so you see, yeah, basically, according to engine, Black barely made a mistake, but still the position is just bad.
Yeah.
So you wanted bishop f6, right? You said.
Yeah, but maybe it's not good.
If I take.
Queen takes, you have knight g3. Yeah, no, it's my bad.
Yeah, what? Okay, yes, it's so hard to suggest a good move. I mean.
Yeah.
This is also what you wanted to get, yeah, when you get h4 in.
I mean, I should just have waited for Magnus to play queen f2 and to trust him. But I didn't like because of queen c4.
Can I try something like that? Nope.
Knight
Turn.
g3 probably.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, shitty position. What can I say?
No, I didn't want to rely on Magnus obviously, but yeah, of course, I feel like probably it's just queen f2, queen c4, and there's something. Yeah, we said it's knight d4. Yeah.
Knight d4. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if I had spent, but okay. It's
You spent quite
Yeah,
some
you
time.
spent
You
a lot
spent
of time.
20 minutes.
yeah.
So you that
But
was
just
not-
I played a little faster than Aryan Chopra, so that was.
Yeah, you spent 4.5 minutes for the first 4
Yeah,
moves.
because again, that was.
I understood. Yes.
Usually I spend my time because I want to play well, but here just everything else was so bad there was nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess knight c7. Like what else?
Yeah, I just don't like things after knight d2, knight f3. Yeah.
Okay,
Just-
apparently. Maybe we can. Can we do this?
This is.
Okay, maybe this actually I mean, it's not great, but we might be alive, right? Little, I mean.
Yeah, because c5 already is probably not great. And
like a
okay,
c-
no, c5 I don't like. Knight d2, bc, knight c4, but then.
And there we go, b5 on the board.
b5, okay, good move.
Yeah, Aryan is a big fighter.
Yes.
No, I played him last year, and I was pushing for 4.5 hours, but he managed to hold. He's. I think it's not. I mean, of course, if people look at the rating, they might think it's an easy pairing, but it's
no,
not.
I mean it's maybe on the easier side, but
Yes,
to get to
Yes.
6.5 here, you
need to show some class for
yes,
Yeah, he beat Fedosiev with black. Actually, he got double black now.
yeah,
Today.
that was very unlucky.
Yes.
sure. Okay, but after b5, he kind of is in the game, don't you think?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
no, I like it because CB bishop b5, yeah,
Yep.
and you have an issue.
I mean, I'm not sure that c5 is so stupid, but I mean, it's not
no,
an easy
but
decision.
it's a concession. I mean, I was considering it, and then knight d5, knight f3, maybe even okay, not knight f6, but just or maybe queen f8. Is it stupid?
You want to take that pawn, or
Yeah, yes, but maybe it's too much. Yeah,
it's too much? Yeah.
or knight d5 and long castle. Maybe I mean some.
No, I mean here you have some
Yeah,
ideas.
I'm
but-
the idiot, but
no, I think even this is not so stupid. Okay, apparently.
okay. I mean, anyway, we're
Okay,
not gonna try to play
Yeah,
like.
I mean, but
engines.
b5, I think
Yeah,
at least
b5 is-
he gets some play. So Magnus cannot just play out of routine and finish the game because he has a strategic advantage, but now he actually needs to show some direct ideas because I guess now long-term black has potential to be fine.
Yes, exactly. b5 is very good move.
Yes, practically speaking. And look at Magnus's face. Yeah, that he's not happy that he needs to make a decision. He enjoyed
Yeah.
so much his structure.
And
Yes,
he
and
has spent a lot
do
of
we
time.
have-
yeah?
Is it too much like to have like c5, knight c7, knight d2, e5? Yeah, it's too much. But I wanted like knight e6 and
Maybe
f4
I will
next.
take this, yeah, to
Yeah,
get
probably
rid of that
you
bishop.
take with the bishop. Yeah.
Oh, but I think okay, you get
No, you don't
get
need
the
you,
square,
you
right?
don't need. Yeah, I was just maybe yeah, maybe knight a6 actually. Because rook c1 you have knight b4.
That's nice.
Yes, c5 on the board.
Okay.
I believe it was played.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah, and
but
you
knight
have this
A6
knight
is-
a6, bishop d5, rook c8 kind of
But
construction.
knight a6
trying
is
to
very easy
target
to
that.
miss.
no,
I'm
but
not
rook
sure.
c1 knight b4, yeah. What?
Yes, here rook c1,
I'm not
knight
even
b4.
sure Magnus saw knight a6 because it's kind of you automatically think of the knight going in the d5 direction, but
yeah,
here
but I just thought about it, so that's why. But
it's
because you
nice.
have knight b4 idea, maybe here still. Knight b4, knight c1, and knight
Okay, even
a6.
then, you can
Or
also-
a5 and then
A5
you
and
fall
knight
back
b5.
knight
No,
a6.
knight a6 attacks the pawn.
Aha, off a draw. Yeah, it's out of control.
No, I
This
mean I
is-
think if he finds knight a6, then he's absolutely in the game. If he doesn't, then Magnus is still pushing. But also we see in the time situation, Magnus is not having an easy game. Like he
Yeah.
already spent full hour. He's down on the clock, even though he got a nice starting position. And yeah, I think this b5 has the potential to turn around the position a little.
Yeah, how exhausted are you guys after playing these 5 games? I mean, 9 games in 5 days.
No, it was tough. It was challenging, and at some point we had this situation where all the positions look like normal chess. I mean, especially the mirror match. This was a bit insane, especially as a.
Did you
I
get
know a
white
few
or black
players had
that round?
studied. I was black. I'm the only one who played Caro-Kann,
Wow.
Yeah.
which was actually a good decision.
So your opponent played d4, yeah?
and I
first?
played f6.
Okay.
And I think for everyone it looked too early, but it was actually
It was the
pretty
best,
good
yeah?
move.
No.
One of the best, yeah.
One of the best, yeah.
I mean, like French and Caro-Kann, those are kind of acceptable.
Yeah, well, I don't want to hold you back, guys. We are very happy to, as long as you want, but I guess you guys both are tired. And enjoy that the tournament is over and it finished so well, sharing first place with 7.5 points out of 9. That's kind of insane. I know that Vincent is kicking himself for slowing down because it looked good. By the way, there is some consolation. Magnus told me that he was thinking that, okay, actually, finally I motivated myself that I have to stop Vincent's streak, not to let you get to 7 out of 7. That was his main motivation at a certain moment yesterday during the game. And another information, I suddenly had lunch with Sarana today by accident in my garden. And I asked him about the escape, and he told me that I did not see queen a3 from distance, and he did not see rook takes g5. And then I understood that, of course, that's why you also got under the shock that he also kind of showed with his body language that, oh, I'm escaping thanks to this.
I mean, my biggest issue was that I thought I'm still winning after rook h6. I just missed that queen c3 is a perpetual, because if it's not, the position is still dead for black. I mean, queen h5, rook e6, everything is coming.
Yes.
If I get one more move, I just missed that it's perpetual on the spot. So I guess if I had thought that it's a dead draw, I might have spent 10 seconds and done that. But yeah, I mean, okay, it's not a decision I can take back, so I'll have to live with that. But still, of course, it has been a nice tournament overall.
Thank you very much. Best
Thank
of
you.
luck in the next endeavors, and who knows what will happen in the tiebreaks. One of you only one of you can qualify because Magnus already qualified.
Yes.
Or who knows if someone else, for example, maybe Aryan Chopra will be the player who shares, but he I think has bad tiebreak. Yeah?
He has
That's a
worse
worse
tiebreaks than
tiebreak.
me, and I think on tiebreaks it's not even close with Vincent. I mean, weirder things have happened, but I think there's 3 points gap.
Yeah. But I think you had 43, you had 41. It was only 2 between
I
the
checked.
two of you.
I checked. It was 3, but
I think it was 43.5 to 40.5.
yes.
Uh-huh.
So
I mean, unless all my opponents lose, it's a
yeah,
good chance,
no,
but that's not in my control anymore.
Yes, of course, yeah.
yes, and of course I checked before the game, and I saw that. I mean, Vincent finished 4th in Tyson-As.
Yes.
No, I mean, there it was just the problem that I gave all my energy for this round robin to get to the top 4, and then I was so dead because we also played for 7 hours that day that the next rounds I blundered things that are like inexplainable normally. So
I mean, that's fair. Like anyway, those are difficult events, but yeah. I mean, I don't want to do any jinxing because it's what happened to me in Qatar with Nodibek congratulating me for making top 4.
Ah.
I mean, in all good faith, like he was 2.5 points of tiebreaks behind, and he finished, or maybe 3 points, and he finished 2.5 points ahead.
Yeah. Okay. This tiebreaks absolutely crazy. Yes.
Yes, but I'm hoping to qualify. I mean, unlikely here, or you know, with one of the spots that are left.
And what do you guys last final question regarding qualifying spots? I somehow had the feeling that this tournament was so amazing with so many brilliant players that actually clearly more than one spot should have been given. And are you sharing this sentiment? Basically, then both of you would qualify automatically, I guess. But I just don't feel, because I had a discussion with Arkady and he told me that, yes, of course, we wanted to give more, but because of the candidates, we couldn't.
It makes sense.
Yes.
I mean, we're missing a lot of players because of candidates. I think that's a fair point, and you know, it's a tough event, but you know, in open events anyway, like in a way, only the one with first place is kind of the one with best tournament, and second, you never know really what happens. Of course, if there's a tie, it's different. It's a bit different. But like if someone is like only first and then like you said, lots of players sharing second. Then
Yeah, like last year also.
Yeah, yeah.
There was like a 10-way tie or something like
yeah,
this.
yeah. Well, and you had one.
Yeah, historic result. Yeah.
Yes, but he couldn't repeat. He predicted it, and he was right.